Hey guys, it has been a while. Hello, welcome. Sorry about the wait. Like over 2 months since I posted. It's a Monday. I am off from my substituting job. And let me tell you, the last couple of months have been a little crazy. It is not 100% my fault that I have not posted. Basically, I film on my phone and I edit on my iPad, and the iPad that I had, this bad boy right here, was so low on storage that I couldn't update it. I couldn't export any videos and nothing was loading. So there were 4 YouTube videos that I tried to film and had to scrap. I got a new iPad, honestly, not just for video. I genuinely needed a new iPad with a lot more storage on it anyways. In January, the beginning of January, I traveled. I went on a winter trip to Montana with my husband and it was absolutely amazing. And then shortly after I got back, I had the flu and that was horrible. I was sick for like a whole week. It took me like a whole week to bounce back. Not only was I busy with all that stuff, but I was feeling super depressed and unmotivated in January. And so in February, I started going back to the gym regularly for the first time in years. It is officially like my 6th week back. I've been going 4 days a week very consistently, very intently. I have some things planned for this year. I don't plan on publishing anything this year, but I am going to be querying a lot this year. I have a lot of growth for my magazine, Lovestruck Inkwell, this year. So let's get into the second part of this video. Content ideas for authors. I thought it would be fun to kind of break this up into 3 different sections: lifestyle, promotional, and educational. For lifestyle videos, I have 12 ideas. Writing vlogs, and here are 5 examples of that. Outline a new project with me, writing in a public place, write after work with me, watch me finish my first draft, and come with me while I flesh out my characters. The rest of the content ideas for the lifestyle category are as follows: pack my writing bag with me, my writing setup, what I wrote this week, monthly word count if you're working on several different projects like I am, come to a writing event with me. This can be a class, a conference, a webinar, an open mic, and finally B-roll content. You'll see B-roll content all over TikTok. Definitely post a lot of it myself. It's basically just filming yourself while you're writing, planning your novel, and then taking that like 7 to 10 second worth of content and putting a cute, witty little caption over it. Second kind of content is educational content. Educational content is a great way to build authority and trust with your audience. 1, important softwares for writers. So this can include softwares or platforms that you currently use for writing. 2, books every writer should read. And this will include fiction or nonfiction books that have helped you as a writer. 3, the best writing advice I've ever gotten. Self-publishing tips. This works, of course, if you are a self-published author. 5, places in your area that are great for writers looking to get out of the house. The third kind of content is promotional content. So obviously this is for if you are about to publish a book or have published books in the past and now you want to get more people to buy your books and read them and enjoy them. My books playlist, my books aesthetic, character art, if you have it, the first line of my book, talking about the book's premise as if it had happened to you in real life. If you like this book, you should read my book. Sharing a spicy or tense scene in your book without spoiling, of course. Fan casting your own book. I personally love fan casting videos. I'd recommend my book to you if blank. And then a different kind of content is just trending content. Now, obviously, this works really well if you are very spontaneous, if you're constantly scrolling and you are feeling creative and you get the idea. And to get into the final part of the video, I'm going to answer some writing questions that I have been getting in my DMs or in my comment section. First one is how to get freelance writing jobs. So you may know I am an author and poet. I'm working on some projects right now, but I am also a freelance writer. So I work for business owners, brand owners, web developers, and I write content for their websites, for their brands, for their social medias. A few ways to get writing jobs. Obviously, there is Upwork and Fiverr. I personally like and prefer Upwork. There's also LinkedIn, of course. They do have contracted and freelancing jobs on LinkedIn, but where I would say your best bet of getting freelancing work on LinkedIn is unfortunately paying for the premium and offering services. But I've heard that it works for a lot of other contractors, freelancers, and solopreneurs. And then the third way of getting freelancing jobs is cold outreach. This is something that has been somewhat successful for me. It takes some time, it takes some research, it takes some confidence in putting yourself out there, and it's kind of a numbers game. I had to reach out to almost 100 people before getting a client. The second writing question is what kind of freelance writing can I do? I can write blogs, You can plan and write social media content for people. You could work for a web developer and write the website content for new or updating websites. And then you can also do creative freelancing writing, which would be like ghostwriting, beta reading, being a client kind of plan and outline their book. And the third writing question, I've been getting this one a lot the last year, is how do I manage to balance many projects at one time? I'm always working on many projects on one time, as well as working part-time job, being a freelance writer. I'm a very organized and like timely person. Every single week I plan out my week before. I always pre-batch my content. But really I would say is the aspect of writing / managing many projects at one time and knowing how much time you can spend on a project, being really determined, not letting myself get distracted, having an overall plan so that way every single month I can kind of break down what my specific goals are. But then we kind of go into the more like creative aspect of it, which is like, how do I switch my brain to go from writing about these sets of characters to these sets of characters? Having a book playlist is huge for me. I also have Pinterest boards, so sometimes if I need a visual, I'll just go like flip through the Pinterest boards, maybe add some pictures that remind me of characters or settings. Having a journal that's like your book plan, and in it I have timelines, I have fleshed out characters, I have certain notes for future projects. Plus, every time I sit down to write, specifically in my novels, every time I sit down to write, I always read the last few pages of what I had previously written to get me back into the mind space of the scene. Okay guys, so that was my first video back. Thank you for being patient. I still post reels and shorts, so be sure to get your eyes on that. If you have any questions, please comment them down below. And I am planning on getting back to normal, so hopefully I will see you guys soon.